I think that consistency there just showed how terrible I am, honestly, with basically playing the videos bang by bang by bang, and it shows my face twice just then. Anyway, welcome everybody to what is part 2 of the preview of tomorrow night's game away at Oxford United. We have joined Harvey has joined us.
Yep.
So yeah, we got the wrong background at the moment. So yeah, if anyone is wondering, we will change that soon. But yeah, no, we got Oxford, we got Big Oxford and Nick Harris coming on very soon. For the time being. But yeah, while we're here, Harv, how are you feeling coming into this game at the moment?
I'm pretty excited for the. There we go. Background change.
There we go.
Pretty excited for this game, as obviously Oxford are a decent side. They have they've proved difficulty. They've proved to be a very difficult side to other teams in this division. Ipswich, for example. Including the Fog, but other teams, but mainly they are a hard team to play away. They struggled. Well, we struggled against them at home. We got a 1-0 win at home park, and it took us right to the end to get the goal. But I feel like in this type of game, we'll have to try and play more possession wise at their ground. We'll need to try and play with high press intensity in this game if we want to get anything from this game, for sure.
100%. I know we should beat them, but it could go either way. I wouldn't rule it. I have to be honest. I wouldn't rule it out after what they did to Ipswich.
Yeah, for sure.
They've still got a lot of teams have still got to go to the Kassam. Sheffield Wednesday, Pompey, Derby. Derby's still got to go there. That's in March.
Yeah, Derby's still got to go there. Yeah.
Bolton's still got to go there.
Hello, Stevie. Hello, Stevie.
Charlton's already been. But no, a lot of apart from Ipswich, all of the top 5 sides still need to go to the Kassam this season. It could really play out coming into this season as well, Harv.
Yeah. It could. Anything could happen. Anything could happen, really.
100%. I think it just shows, though, how inconsistent Oxford are, though. They'll go on and beat Ipswich like this, but at the same time, they'll go and lose to, I don't know, let me think, obviously Burton away, for example. Even bloody Exeter beat Oxford at the Kassam. So what does that tell you as well?
Yeah, exactly. It's just showing that any team can beat them at their ground. And, well, the way Oxford play right now, they're like, they're on and off. They can play well, or they can play bad, and they can play well, they can play bad. It's just, right now, Carl Robinson is getting on and off games for this team.
Yeah.
It wasn't like last year where they were close to getting playoffs. So this season, they're more like you get a win, and then next week you'll just get ruined by getting a loss. And it's just, I don't know. It's just really, really weird right now. It's hard to explain.
100%. It's a bit surprising as well because, and we'll get more into this when Nick joins, of course. But I mean, on Friday I was actually on the phone to Nick about this game, and even Nick was saying to me he's a bit surprised how Oxford's done so far this season because he thought Oxford would be, and I was the same. We both thought Oxford would be up there with us and all that lot this season.
Yeah.
Finished just behind us in the in last season as well. They're in the same boat as us as well. Both of us missed out on playoffs.
Yeah.
I know Oxford dropped off slightly towards the end of last season, but they were in the playoff running for sure. They were in that top 6 for a long while for most of last season.
The thing is with Oxford, I think a lot of people call Oxford a pretty big team, and I
agree. You know what? I agree. I wouldn't say they're like big, obviously, but I wouldn't say they're tin pot. The only thing that I think's tin. The only thing I forgot to don't care. I basically Liam, what I did was obviously as I was the only one there for the time being, what I did was because then Nick's going to be a few minutes. I knew I was waiting for Harvey. I don't know if you've seen Harvey, but the other Harvey could be joining this as well, by the way.
Nice.
So what I did was at minute half one banged on my computer. I pressed the I went on to brand. I pressed stream starting soon. Couldn't care less which actually no, I did press stream starting soon. I just realized the different channel different channel logos there. So I pressed that, and while I was for everyone, I may as well. I pressed the countdown straight afterwards, and then I pressed the intro, and then I just got going from there really. And to be honest, it ended up perfect timing as well, because I just started, and the minute I just started, 10 seconds later, you came on and joined.
Yeah, that has.
So it works. So no, we don't have to be traditional, do we, Liam?
Nah.
Where is he at the moment? Oh yeah, he's
at college.
Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say now that Liam's just said that.
Don't worry about it.
What were we talking about?
I think you were talking about I think you were talking about Harvey England or something.
Yeah, Harvey England should be joining. Obviously, Nick's going to be joining. But yeah, both of us. That's what club size, Oxford wise. That's it. Yeah, because they were, and I don't know if anyone knows this, but I do remember this from what Nick told me. They have been in the top flight before, and they were in it actually right before the Premier League was formed in '92. Because they were in the top division for some of the 80s. Oxford were. This is something else Argyle need to write their notes down, because that's something we've been dreaming about our whole bloody lives.
Yep.
And yeah, no, I did a club size thing the other day, and I think I had like Oxford 10th for League One, but no, I'd say they're up there. I agree. I'd say they're one of the bigger ones. So yeah, for sure. He's joined. The one and only Nick Harris.
Sorry, I'm late.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
That's
okay.
all right.
I basically just got the intro started and all while waiting for everyone.
Yeah.
How are you feeling coming into this game, Nick?
It's been such a wretched season. There's no feelings at the moment. Just hope for the best, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's very, very, very tough at the moment. The place is a bit of a mess, to be honest with you. On the playing side, yeah.
No, it makes sense.
As long as we avoid relegation, which I think we will. I think we're good enough.
I can't see you going down at all.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to fall. It's happened to Plymouth. It's happened to Oxford. Don't fall into that trap. It can be fatal. Yeah, you're never too good to go down.
That's very true.
That is true.
Mm.
But you know, it's interesting actually about the relegation battle, and I will bring this forward because I think this was like a few months ago, and start of January, Harvey. We all thought it was going to be between Cambridge, MK Dons, Burton, Morecambe, Forest Green, and now look at the table. Fleetwood and Cheltenham have joined in the equation.
Yeah, it just shows that this league right now is a very, very competitive, and it just keeps on changing. It keeps on changing every week. It's crazy.
No, 100%, 100%. Where do you think we're going to finish at the moment, Nick, as it stands?
I think you'll probably finish top, to be honest with you. I think you've done a brilliant job this year. It does look like the three of you will be the ones there fighting it out, and it's who's going to be the one out of the equation and having to go in the playoffs, which you know as well as anybody can mean absolutely anything. But I think you do it. Now, it would be Ipswich or Sheffield Wednesday with you. I'm not sure. Oxford have beaten Ipswich. They should have won at Sheffield Wednesday. They were 0-0. They missed a penalty in added time. Yeah. So Sheffield Wednesday have still got to come to Oxford. So it would be interesting to see. Not that Oxford is the fortress it used to be in any way at all. I'm afraid our home form, Oxford's home form, is very poor indeed. What is it? 1-5, drawn 3, lost 7 at home, and that's it's inconsistency that's causing us. But it's so right what you said earlier. The league, there's not one game that you can absolutely nail on a result, is there? There's not one single game, because there's always a shock every week, and these sides at the bottom are fighting for their lives, and they will produce some amazing performances.
This is what we were talking about back in September as well, before we played at home park. But what I was going to add on to that, to be fair, it is only 4 points, the gap between Oxford and Fleetwood. And it's not just from you guys, though. It's from probably all the way up to where Exeter is in 10th. Like, they're only Fleetwood's 6 points behind Exeter. So really, any of 10th to 24th, if you think about it, is in that relegation.
You just wanted to fit Exeter in there, though, didn't you?
Might be.
You just wanted, I think you're absolutely right. And often with the promotion and the playoffs, and there's always one surprise team every year, isn't there? And it's exactly the same for the other end of the table. There's always a team that really surprises you, and be prepared to fight for relegation. And these sides, you mentioned them at the bottom already: Morecambe, Accrington, Cambridge, Forest Green. They're already fighting. And MK Dons, who Oxford played on Saturday, are already fighting. They know that they're in a relegation battle. And sometimes it's the sides that don't know they're in a relegation battle, and suddenly it's in there, and they're
in it. Yeah,
they're not prepared for it. Yeah.
Nah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But no, what Harvey and I were talking about earlier, actually, before you joined, Nick, is that actually apart from Ipswich, all of the top 5 still haven't come to the Kassam yet this season, and we were saying it could play a big factor coming into this season. Wednesday still need to go there. Derby still need to go there, which I know is in March. Bolton still need to go there. And the same with Wednesday. I know Barnsley's already played at the Kassam.
A couple of weeks back. Yeah.
Same with Wickham. I had a 2-2 draw between Oxford and Barnsley, but I guess Barnsley had other ideas.
Yeah, Barnsley did the job on Oxford, as unfortunately many sides have been able to do this year. Get the lead, run the game the way they want to run it, and Oxford, unfortunately, at the moment, don't seem capable of breaking sides down, or when a side come with a real purpose to do anything about it. And, yes, they've all got to come to the Kassam, but actually Oxford, probably away from home, are as good as they are at home, or if even a little bit better, getting better results. So coming to the Kassam, it's not the fortress it used to be. Of course, Tuesday night may be different, but it's not a place, I think, that sides fear coming at the moment.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. You got any questions you want to fire to us, Nick, Harvey?
I'm just I'm thinking, because obviously as well, Oxford right now are a team that obviously last year a lot of people thought they were going to get playoffs, because they looked like an exciting team last year, but this year it's a lot different, and the manager's been under a lot of pressure. You get one win against Ipswich, and then it's just you come back, and then it's like a loss, and then it's back to wins again, and it's just on and off pressure for Carl Robinson right now.
I mean, that's the form right there.
Yeah, like there's a form right there. 4 losses in a row before that draw. It's hard times for Oxford fans right now.
Oxford fans are very unhappy at the moment. I'd say the majority would like to see a change of manager, and before the end of the season, because this season, as long as it's not a relegation fight, is over as far as Oxford United are concerned. They're not going to get into the playoffs. And I think a lot of fans, I'd say the majority of fans, would like to see a change and start building for the future. What really absolutely wrecked Oxford was the summer transfer window, which was an absolute disaster for Oxford. They've signed far too many players that were unfit, some who still haven't played a game yet, but others we've hardly seen anything of. They paid a lot of money for the centre half from Scotland, who can't get in the side at the moment. He was playing in America at the time, and it really has been a bit of a disaster. The only probably good thing, perhaps, come out of it has been the form of some of the younger players, but you really can't rely on them week in, week out to produce the results. And at MK Dons on Saturday, United had 5 loanees playing, and loanees do a job for you. Everybody knows that, but you want a solid base for your team, don't you? And that's what you've got at Plymouth, haven't you?
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's what we got with Mumba. We did have that with Whittaker. Obviously, now he's gone back to Swansea.
Yeah, he's gone back to Swansea.
I guess for the time being, Harv, at least we are actually still putting in the results without Morgan at the moment.
That's it. It's the thing. The thing is as well, though, Jack. As well, it's a whole team base. The whole team is performing well, and that's the difference from last year as well. Because last year it was some players that were performing really, really well, but then most of the time there wasn't some players that weren't playing their best.
And we had a very good squad last season. We just weren't as consistent enough as the top six, and that's why we finished in 7th place at the end. I mean, like our record against the especially some of the promoted sides from last season, like Rotherham, for example, was dreadful, and that's why I keep saying
our record against the top 6 was awful.
Wickham did the double over us. Rotherham did the double over us. We couldn't beat Sunderland. We couldn't beat
Wickham
Wigan.
done the double over
couldn't
us.
beat MK Dons. Our best one was our 3-0 home win over Sheffield Wednesday. And that's why I've been saying to everyone that I always thought our best away performance last season was at the Kassam.
Oh, yeah. But you were excellent at the Kassam last season. One of the best away sides I've seen, because Oxford had very, very good form against the top sides at the Kassam. So they beat Sheffield Wednesday. They lost to Sunderland in the end, but they played very, very well against them. But Plymouth really played well in that game at the Kassam. And I think everybody is very wary, is very aware how good Plymouth are this season. And anything apart from a loss, I think, on Tuesday night would be regarded as a good result for Oxford.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then obviously at Home Park last season, it was the other way round. I thought you were the better team, to be honest.
Yeah, very much so.
It was. Well, I mean, it was a big battle. It was a big battle because everyone viewed that game back in April last season thinking, whoever wins this is probably more likely going to get into the playoffs. We ended up winning 1-0, but I thought you played amazingly that day.
Yeah, we did. Oxford played very well that afternoon, and a very poor refereeing decision about a penalty really let Oxford down quite badly. But there you go. Then they went on in the week and lost to Morecambe, and it was those two results really that cost Oxford dear, cost them the chance. And Oxford actually, the game earlier in this season played very well. I thought at Home Park, eventually losing 1-0, but I thought they played very well. It was a night game, wasn't it? And
yeah, it was. Yeah,
there you go. So. Don't in this league, in League One, just don't rule anything out. But Plymouth must arrive as favourites.
Yeah,
I mean, we dropped points away at Cambridge, so I mean that tells you something as well. Even if our record against Cambridge is poor, it's a tight league. It is a tight league for sure. But at the moment, Nick, where do you think Oxford are going to finish come end of the season?
Oh, bit of lag. There we go.
Can you hear us, Nick? I think one of us has internet connection unstable. I believe it might be me. I don't know. It doesn't say on the stream.
No.
Anyone can wait. You can hear me all right then, Half?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, Jack.
Nick, can you hear me all right? Can you hear us all right? I think it's Nick's. I think it's Nick's.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, while we wait for Nick to reconnect, I just want to quickly put out there, as it stands, Harvey, where do you think, if Oxford do finish where they are now, what do you think their key would be for next season, just to build on this season and just go again, I guess, or something?
Well, the main key for Oxford is make sure they finish this season make sure they finish the season on a positive. If I was going to say a big positive, it would probably be the top half for sure. But one main thing, not get relegated, simple as that. But I don't think they will anyways. Simple as that. But finishing this league and make sure you finish positively, and make sure, and obviously further away from the bottom 4 is a decent finish. But for mainly next season is to get higher than that. I'd say push maybe for playoffs next season. It's a little bit too much. I'd say a little bit of a biggie to ask for other Oxford fans as well. But I feel like you need to get back. You need to get back on where what you were fighting for last year.
Yeah,
100%.
No, I guess that makes sense.
Good afternoon, Graham Turner. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, Graham has joined. I think they are like the 2 usual suspects now for our streams, aren't they, Harvey? Stevie and Graham.
Yeah.
Literally as loyalty as you can get.
That is loyalty.
That is loyalty summed up in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. Like that's a big dub. That is.
Mm-hmm.
Very big dub. Yeah, I don't know what to expect from tomorrow. I think we'll win, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. And to be fair, I do see what Nick means in the Oxford played all right when they came to us on Tuesday night. I mean, I thought we were the better team that night on Tuesday night when we played them back in September. But apart from the goal we scored by Whittaker, we did not put any of our chances away that game. And I honestly thought we were going to drop points as well, because we got to 60, 61 minutes in and it was still 0-0. Hardy was having a terrible game and I really thought we were going to drop points and Ipswich and Portsmouth were going to pull away from us. But no, we managed to get the winner thanks to Morgan Whittaker.
Yeah.
Hello, but no, going back to that game, Harvey, what did you think looking back at that game back in September?
It was probably one of the hardest games I think we played this season. They really,
especially at home, yeah.
Yeah, they proved a very hard team to play against Oxford. Their defense was very, very shored up. They made it hard for us. They really made it hard for us. And if we was going to get a goal, it would have to be from single quality, really. And Morgan Whittaker done that in that game, but it had to take a lot to get a goal in that game. And Morgan Whittaker really done that for us. And getting that 1-0 win was the start of us going in a very, very good streak at home park.
It was. No, you're not wrong at all. I mean, look, to be fair, I think we started that streak ever since the start of the season, because even though we lost those 2 away games to Fleetwood and Charlton, we beat Barnsley, we beat Peterborough, who was one of the favourites for this season. We beat Bolton, who had the side improved.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was really just depending on what was our result at Derby, and then we ended up getting the 3 points at Derby, and I think that put all of our confidences up that game.
Yeah, definitely.
And then going into Oxford, we beat Oxford. We were close to beating Pompey. I would probably say that at that point of the season, end of September, the start of October, I'm going to be honest. I know we've been brilliant all season, but pretty much. But I'd say that part, end of September, start of October, especially when we beat Ipswich at home and Wycombe away, I thought that was our strongest part of the season. Not going to lie.
I agree.
That's what I think anyway, because I thought around then we were absolutely superb. Like that Wycombe away game was looking back at it, mind-blowing. It's even more mind-blowing now that Derby lost there on Saturday. Only us and Wednesday have won there.
Yeah.
100%. 100.
Yep.
And 10%.
I'm listening, just filling out an Argyle survey. Yeah, nice, Stevie. Nice. And afternoon, Leroy.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. An Argyle survey. I wonder what kind of survey that could be.
Yeah, I wonder. That's interesting. Argyle survey.
Sure. No, I'm just wondering if Nick's reconnected or not. I think it is his internet connection, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe if I this might
Do
not work, but if I remove it, then add to stream. I don't know if that's done any difference or something.
The mic isn't connected.
Yeah, and then Nick's mic isn't connected. That's what I'm thinking. No, I feel bad. Like, it's just Wi-Fi, honestly. And I can talk about this from my uni experience. Poor Wi-Fi is genuinely the worst feeling in the world, and I have to be honest with you, especially when you're trying to call someone, and then your house has other ideas.
Okay, I know his team is terrible, but bro, maybe that's a PC hacker. What? Bro!
So nah, for sure.
What is that, man?
But I guess is there any other questions you wanted to ask me for the time being, Harv, while we wait for Nick?
Bro! What is that, man? Bro, I'm going to be that guy.
Harvey? Harv? I'll drone on for the time being. Okay, I'll just look at the comments section for the time being. What happened there, mate?
I don't. Well, I was just trying to sort something out whilst I was. Oh, there we go. Next back.
Hang on.
Just loading up.
Yeah, no, definitely. While we wait for Nick, I'm just going to read the comment section.
I'm here again now.
There we go.
Hello, mate. You're right. Did you have poor connection or something then?
Yeah, I don't know anyone back now.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I just wondered because I looked at my laptop and I was there like, is it my connection that's not working? So I was just a bit confused, but I guess it happens to us all at the end of the day.
I've got about 10 minutes, Jack, so if that's all right.
That's all right. No worries then. All right then. Well, what we'll do is then, now that obviously now that you got to go in 10 minutes, so what we'll do is then, should we just jump straight into the predictions, Harvey, for this weekend?
Yeah, go on then.
I mean, we got part one of the podcast with Jack yesterday, of course. But either way, we'll throw some stuff in there. We'll go to our fixture last. Just because it's obviously the most interesting, and that is me deliberately being biased. So we'll go from the top. Actually, no, that's not the top. That's second to top. Aki's top.
Second to top.
Accrington, Stanley, Wickham. So what are you guys' predictions for this match here? They played in September. Wickham won this 1-0. If anyone remembers from yesterday's stream, by the way, as well, of course, Liam's already done his predictions. Harvey and I haven't done ours yet because, we wanted to save it for this stream, basically, because we knew we were going to do a part two. But it's an away day for the Chairboys and Gareth Ainsworth at the Wham Stadium against a team who are basically battling for safety. I think Nick's lost connection again.
Yeah, he's lost connection again.
Okay. What's your prediction for this, Harvey?
I was thinking a Wickham away win because right now Accrington Stanley or draw. Well, Accrington Stanley right now are a team that loses and draws, and they have not been great this season. And since they lost to us, they've just been down this downward spiral. They've just been on this downward spiral down into the bottom four, and it's just been negative result after negative result. But I think
having said that, if we get their form up, if I can, in the last few games. In the last few games, they did get that home win though over Bristol Rovers.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie, I thought that result was going to fire them up a bit. But see, it's right there. It's right there. But then they've lost. They lost to Barnsley. They lost to Lincoln at home as well, which I had down as an Aki win as well. Didn't happen. Drew with Port Vale, and then drew with Cheltenham. So it hasn't been great for them. Wycombe, on the other hand, in the last 5, beat Peterborough 3-0. Massive away win that was for Wycombe. Then Sheffield Wednesday came to Adams Park and beat Wycombe. But then 3 wins on the trot ever since then. Beat Oxford in the M40 derby, beat Port Vale, and then beat Derby themselves in what turns out to be a huge favour for us in the table, considering Derby's absolute superb form lately. But what are we going for this fixture, guys? Kid Cato, Oxford fans, gone with Aki 1, Wycombe 4, and calling Wycombe sodding cheats.
Sodding cheats.
I'm in a way not surprised because I know there is a bit of a rivalry between Oxford and Wycombe.
Yeah,
that M40 derby. But no, what are you going for, guys, for this one?
I'm gonna go 2-0 Wycombe.
I'm going to go.
Sounds reasonable.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We've all gone for away wins, so it's just Harvey, Liam, and myself. This is, but so it's always nice to have like a different prediction in there as well. And like Nick's always said to me, there is always a surprise, and that could hinder Wycombe's playoff chances.
Well,
Oh bloody hell! Excuse me.
Hang on, sorry, what was that you were saying, Nick?
Oh, it's just it's internet again.
Kid Cato saying, to be fair, never minded Wycombe rivalry-wise. It's more that in general they are cheating sods.
Yeah, fairs.
I mean, I think a lot of the league think that anyway, from what I've seen. But it could be 1-1. It could be 1-1. It would blow Wycombe's playoff chances a lot if they couldn't beat Aki. We've still got to go to Aki ourselves at the end of March, which was meant to be played last month, of course, but there was FA Cup, of course, at the end of the day.
Yep.
But yeah, a 1-1 could happen. I've backed 3-0 Wycombe, and my scorer. Who was my scorer? I'm going to get it up on my phone now. I know Liam backed Vokes to score. As for the it was Wing. It was Wing I backed for the Chair Boys, and he's been bang on form lately for Ainsworth's lot.
Yep.
And yeah, so there you go. I think Wycombe's going to win 3-0, but if Aki do at least win this game or draw, then it could put in a bold statement coming into not just them trying to stay up, but also, well, it could blow Wycombe's playoff chances for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
So I guess that moves us on to our next fixture. Bolton hosting MK Dons. They played each other, of course, back in September. Bolton came out 2-0 winners. It was a very good away day for them. Dion Charles with a penalty and then Jones getting the second. I think it was results like, I know Bolton were quite inconsistent at the start of the season, but it was results like this that they've basically been trying to show that they want to be up there, basically. But
yeah.
But yeah, who wants to go first for this one? Bolton MK Dons.
I think this will be a Bolton win. If I'm honestly going to say, Bolton right now are in perfect form. I don't think I could. If they do end up losing this game, it will be probably one of the most surprising results of this week. If I'm honestly going to say.
I'll tell you what. I know they won't be quite chasing us, but they that will do us breathing space as well if Bolton don't get a win from that game. But Bolton's last 5, obviously they lost that crucial game to Derby, but then beat Forest Green, beat Charlton away, beat Cheltenham at home, beat Peterborough away 5-0, tormented Peterborough away. And Bolton's home form has been incredible at the moment. They even got a goalless 0-0 draw against us at least. So their home form has been superb lately. I swear they're third now for home form. Yeah, they are. They're level on points with Wednesday. I thought they were, because I was there looking at it the other day thinking, I swear Bolton could be moving up to second at this rate for home form. So there we
crazy.
go.
It's crazy.
No, they've been a lot better lately. And that's why I've been saying lately that I wouldn't rule Bolton or Derby out of the equation at this rate, because their form ever since their inconsistencies has been absolutely immense. And they have basically picked up from any drop points that we had, any drop points that Ipswich had, any drop points that Sheffield Wednesday had. They've done well. Both of them have. But Kid Cato's gone 3-0 Bolton. I will be honest. I will actually, now that you've just said that, mate, may as well say mine, because I've also gone 3-0 Bolton.
Yeah.
Short R to score. I just MK aren't good enough for me at the moment.
Short hero, what a baller.
Nah, definitely. Can you hear us, Nick?
I think it's just is it internet again?
Yeah, we might hear something. We might hear something in a minute. But what are you going to say for the time being, Harvey, for this game?
I'm probably going to say 3-1. I feel like MK Dons will end up scoring, because they always end up scoring one goal at least.
True.
With Bolton, I feel they will win this game. They will win this game. It'll be a surprise if they don't, because they beat Peterborough 5-0 away from home. Like, if someone can go and beat Peterborough 5-0 away from home, what makes you say that they're going to go and end up losing next week?
It would be the most League One. It would be the most League One thing ever, though, if Bolton tormented Peterborough away to then either lose or draw against MK.
Yep.
Nah, well, I guess we'll see what happens. Can you hear us, Nick?
We just can't hear him.
Yeah, no, it's just the audio.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's annoying me right now.
No, it's just it's honestly, Wi-Fi is just
Wi-Fi is the worst thing in the world.
It is. I agree. I completely agree, and I have to rely on it 24/7. So yeah, all that. We'll wait for Nick to reconnect for the time being. While we wait for Nick, we'll move on to the next game. Ipswich have a tough day tomorrow night.
Yep.
Bristol Rovers away, even though Rovers have been dreadful lately. I mean, look at that. That just literally sums up. It's the Argyle effect, Harvey. It's the Argyle
effect again. Come on, mate. But to be honest, look at Ipswich.
Ipswich have just been on, apart from that Burnley FA Cup game. But to be fair, I thought
FA Cup game.
I thought Ipswich played well though that game against Burnley, despite that.
To be honest, though, 2 draws in a row, one against Cambridge, which is a bad result for them in my eyes, and then a draw against Sheffield Wednesday at home. And I heard them say that they should have won that game as well. But we'll see. But if I'm honestly going to say, I think Ipswich will end up bouncing back. If they don't, I think the race for the top 2 is over. If I'm honestly going to say, I feel like
I wouldn't call it that early. Yeah,
I generally think it will. 11 points in front of Ipswich with the same games played. I just don't think they'll be able to catch up. I just don't think they will. And they've still got to play Derby. They've still got to play some other big teams. It'll be a big test for them.
Yeah, that makes sense. They have been on drawing form though, especially with Sheffield Wednesday, Cambridge.
Yeah, they always like to draw.
I'm not surprised they drew with Cambridge though, because Cambridge, first of all, cannot stand Ipswich, and second of all, I knew they would give Ipswich a hard game for that. And I think Ipswich are actually Cambridge's second most disliked club after Peterborough. So I'm a bit not surprised that's why I had Ipswich to draw anyway. I didn't have Ipswich to lose the game though, but it could be interesting. You hear us, Nick?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We've just been talking about Bolton. We've just been talking about Bolton MK Dons, and now
I think Bolton, out of the one club that are going to cause that top 3 problems, is going to be Bolton. So I definitely go for a good win against MK Dons. You've said 3-0. 3-0 sounds about right to me.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Like Harvey and I were saying, they've been on immense form as well, especially the last 4 games. I mean, they won at Charlton, something we couldn't do, something Ipswich couldn't do. Wednesday still got to go there. Derby couldn't do that. They've really been on bang on form. They got a point against us at their ground as well. They played amazingly that game as well. I thought they were the better team by far. They're really catching the top 3 up for definite. And Ipswich still got to go to Bolton as well. Speaking of which, Ipswich are away to Bristol Rovers tomorrow night. What do you think the score's going to be, Nick?
Well, I would say you fancy it are on a bit of a spiral like Oxford at the moment, but easy game for Ipswich. But Bristol Rovers are on a real decline at the moment. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Ipswich.
Yeah, that makes sense. Who did I put 2-1 to Ipswich, and my scorer, even though my scorer is Collins for Rovers, who I personally think is League One's best striker right now. Been absolutely incredible for the Gas, but I just think, with the decline they've been on at the moment, like Nick said, and like Harvey and I have said, it's the Argyle effect ever since that Carabao Cup. I wish Papa John's Trophy defeat to us, of course. They've been on dreadful form lately, and I don't think Ipswich is going to lose this game. To be honest, if they do, then they're going to have a hard time. Harvey thinks it'll be over, but what I will say is that if Ipswich do lose this game, they're going to face a really hard time to try and catch up with both us and Sheffield Wednesday.
But
they'd have to rely on us to drop points. They'd have to rely on Sheffield Wednesday to drop points, which is obviously not going to be easy. I'm going to get their next
fixtures up now because I want to see who they've got after Bristol Rovers.
That's all
right. So, they've got MK Dons away, then Bolton away, Barnsley away, and Derby away. I generally don't... no, this is Ipswich.
Oh, Ipswich. Oh, right.
They've got all them 3 teams away. I generally do not see them getting anywhere. If they lose this game, I do not see them getting anywhere closer to the top 2. If they win all those games, then fair play. But I just do not see them doing it. I don't see them doing it.
Hang on. So is it Derby, Barnsley, and who was the other one?
Bolton away. Oh, yeah. All away.
And they drew with Bolton and Barnsley at home. They beat Derby at home.
Yep. I don't see them beating them all. I don't see beating them all away.
They have been drawing a lot, though, to be fair, because they drew with us at Ipswich's ground as well. They drew with Sheffield Wednesday just on Saturday. So, apart from, back now. No, they haven't. To be fair to Ipswich, they have been unbeaten at home against the top 6 so far. They just haven't won. They've only won one of them, and that was against Derby.
Well, they've also got Peterborough away, and then they've got Wickham at home.
They have got Wickham at home. That is true, and they lost to Wickham away as well.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie,
I'll tell you what. If they lose this game, I think they will be out of it. I'm sorry to say, they will be out of it. Easy, because as well, you've got to beat these type of teams. You've got to beat these type of teams. I know they're a bit of a challenging. They are challenging teams to play against at this time.
It could be.
These are the most valuable points right now for the race to the top 2.
It could be one of those games, though. It could be one of those parts of the season, though, where, because at the start of the season, I thought there's no way I can see Derby getting automatics at all. But then ever since they lost to Ipswich, their form's been incredible. It could be a topsy-turvy moment where one of Ipswich gets replaced by one of Derby or Bolton, but it could be either of them. Apart from that defeat to Wickham, of course, Derby have been on incredible form, and apart from their own defeat to Derby, of course, Bolton have been on immense form themselves. I mean,
Bolton have been.
I don't think anyone expected Bolton to beat Peterborough 5-0 away. So I think, what does that tell you?
Exactly. It just shows the quality of that Bolton team, really. They're not messing about. They're not messing about.
100%, 100%. But no,
And
what's
if
your
I'm
score
gonna go for a
prediction anyway,
score-
Harvey, for Bristol Rovers Ipswich?
I'm going to go for a score of. I think they will win. I think they'll win 2-1. It'll be a tough
Same as
game.
me then.
It'll be a tough game because, well, we struggled there. A lot of other teams have struggled at Bristol Rovers. But this is a must-win for Ipswich. This is a must-win game. If they don't win this game, they're out of it. I'm honestly saying it now, and I'm saying it. I mean it. I do mean it as well.
I've got another team coming up in this stream who I think is going to be out of it, but it's not for automatics, it's for the playoffs. If you want to guess who that might be, Harvey.
Callum.
Yeah, Portsmouth, correct.
Yeah.
That's my early prediction. I can't see Portsmouth getting playoffs if they can't beat Burton tomorrow night.
If they don't beat Burton, they're fucked.
Well, I guess we'll see. Relegation battle at the Abbey Stadium, Cambridge versus Cheltenham. Both not been on hugely that great form. Cheltenham have had 3 defeats, 2. In fact, they both had 3 defeats and 2 draws in the last 5 games. So this could play out. And that is why also I have gone with a 2-all draw in my prediction for this, with Harvey Nibbs to score for Cambridge.
See,
I think they're both very similar level in my opinion. Mickey's gone with Cambridge 0, Cheltenham 0.
I was literally just going to say the exact same thing. This is why I would have said Liam would have been here, and he would have said, "Oh, they're both cack 0-0." I was literally going to say the exact same thing.
I've gone with a 2-all draw. I can't see one of those two.
Well, look at Cheltenham and Neil Warnock's managing Huddersfield. I forgot.
Oh, is he actually?
I think he's there until the end of the season.
Has he done this so many times now, where he says he retires from management
and
then he just comes back?
Yeah, he's come out of retirement.
He does this all the time. Fair play.
How old is he now?
To be fair, I was going to say, going back to Cambridge, though, this is a must-win for Cambridge anyway, because obviously they're battling to try and stay up themselves. And what an opportunity for them this is to do it against Cheltenham, who are in a similar boat to Cambridge at the moment. But of course, Cheltenham are 4 points ahead. But this is a must-win game for Cambridge, honestly. And I'm saying this now. This is a game they feel they need to win if they have a chance of staying up.
Yeah.
For either team, really. I think I've gone with a draw, but I think whoever wins this, it could be absolutely crucial for that team. And Liam, I know, has already backed Cheltenham to get an away win here. What are you backing, Harvey, for the time being?
I was going to say the same score as Kid Cato in the chat there, 0-0.
0-0. If you had to choose a scorer, though, who do you think it will be?
If I was going to choose a scorer, probably one of you's taken him anyways. I'd have probably said Ironside.
I haven't taken Ironside, no, because Liam's taken Alfie May.
Okay, I'll take Ironside then. Thank you very much.
We haven't gone through the goal scorers yet for you yet, actually, Harvey. Accrington Wickham, what do you think? Liam went with Vokes, I went with Wing.
I don't know. I'm a little bit torn, really. Who was the player that scored against Ipswich again? I forgot his name. Is it Hanlon?
Wait, who for? Sorry, for Wickham.
Who scored against Ipswich for Wickham in that 1-0 win?
I think it was Hanlon. I think it was Hanlon. I think it's either Hanlon or McCleary. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, Hanlon.
No, McCleary was against Portsmouth. Portsmouth. But Wickham. I'm getting back the fixture up right now.
Has he been playing though?
Yeah, it was Mehmeti. It was Mehmeti and McCleary against Portsmouth. Of course, Mehmeti's not at Wickham anymore. Yeah, it was Hanlon against Ipswich.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hanlon then. Nah,
fair enough. Nick has gone, by the way, guys. He has sent me a message saying, "Hi Jack, gotta go. Sorry about the connection. See you tomorrow." Nick, by all means, thank you very much for coming on. Anyway, it's just that's obviously the main thing.
Wi-Fi can go and screw itself. Simple as that.
Basically, I would if it was my Wi-Fi right now, I'd probably be bashing my table to the core.
Yeah, I'll
Or throw my
get,
chair like a W2S moment.
I'll probably get my my internet broadband hub and literally just throw it out the window.
Yeah. No, I bless Nick. Honestly, I feel bad for him, but yeah, obviously, like Harvey and I have said so many times this season, it's always great to have guests on to any of our streams, really. Whether you support your Chelseas or Man Uniteds or Liverpools, to your Ipswiches or Sheffield Wednesdays, and then to your likes of your bloody Portsmouths and Exeters. So yeah. As long any guest is welcome to come on, and if you are an Exeter fan that does come on in April, don't be surprised if we roast you.
Exactly.
So yeah, and plus I know what they're like. They'll try and roast us, and I'll just be like, "Well, you're in our shadow."
Oh, very funny.
Because well, they are.
Gosh.
But yeah, Cambridge Cheltenham. I've gone 2-2. But yeah, no. So, are you back in Hanland then for Accrington Stanley Wycombe?
Yeah, I'm going back Hanland then.
Okay then. Bolton MK Dons. I backed Shortire. Liam backed Shock. Liam backed Dion Charles.
Dion Charles. No, it's not surprised at all.
See, I would have gone with Bodvarsson, but he's injured for the rest of the season.
Yeah, a bit off topic, but I'm sorry. What's your local Cornish team? You don't have to.
Oh, that's all right. No, he has every right to ask this. That's absolutely Don't worry about this, Max. That's absolutely fine. Mine, mate, is well, I'm from Newlyn, which is right in between Penzance and Mousehole, so it's got to be one of those two. But really, it should be Penzance, as basically the village I lived in was pretty much right by the town, of course. But my dad played for Mousehole, and they are my favourite Cornish team because of that. And also the fact that Newlyn and Mousehole are right next to each other, regardless. Anyway, it's like any game between Mousehole and Penzance is what we call the Penleigh Derby. So yeah, it would be Mousehole, and also even better, Mousehole is green, just like us. So yeah, it's a brilliant grassroots game. If I ever have the chance to go to the Penleigh Derby and I have a chance to vlog it, I will actually vlog it and put it on my channel just to see what it's like as well. Whether if it's at Mousehole's ground, Trunkle Park, or at Penzance's ground, Penleigh Park. Yeah, it's just we all love our grassroots football. At the end of the day, it's the same if you're it's the same with your Harvey, for example, if you want to go and watch, I don't know, Plymouth Parkway, Alberton Villa, because there's so many teams around Plymouth anyway. I'm literally
just like a couple of minutes away from Parkway, so I could literally just walk down there if I wanted to.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But obviously, Max, as I'm Cornish, I want anyone from Cornwall to do well, to be honest. Because the highest ranked club is Truro, and the highest they've ever got is National League South. They haven't got any higher. They were close to making the National League one year, but you can thank Maidstone for that. Buggers.
Yep.
Always blimmin' Kent. Always blimmin' Kent dashing Cornwall's dreams. Ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
Gutting. But no, obviously my mum's from Plymouth, and yeah, well, I mean, everyone else from the Argyle Way already knows this, but one day when I have the chance to do so over the summer, I will make a video just asking, because I know people always ask me why I support Argyle, but over the summer or some point, I will make a video about that anyway, so everyone knows. But yeah, I know that they're on the other side. But the brief description is, I know they're on the other side of the Tamar in Devon, but the reason why I support Argyle is because I'm Cornish. It's as simple as that. And like I've said before, Plymouth Argyle Football Club is the biggest club in both Devon and Cornwall. Exeter is just a small town in Somerset. They will always chant to us like they did on Halloween, they'll always chant to us. They'll always chant to us like they did on Halloween, going, "Fuck off back to Cornwall, this county is ours." And I'm just like, well, we own both Devon and Cornwall, thank you very much. You're just a small town in Somerset.
Yeah.
So
Parkway manager lives across the road from me.
Oh wow, yes. Fair enough.
Oh yes.
Get in. And yeah, it's the same with you, Max. And yeah, St. Blasey is also a green team. Yeah, another grassroots football club right by St. Austell.
We're the greeniest team. Screw Forest Green. We're the greeniest team. Don't even
Exactly.
start
Forest
coming at me
Green
with
and
this shit.
Yeovil are definitely not as green as us. That's just no chance.
That's just bollocks.
And it can't
We're
be
covered in
Norwich.
green. What
And it
else? What other green do you want?
And if anyone wants to say it's Norwich, it's not, because they play in yellow as well. And I would say
They
they're
play
more
in
yellow
yellow
than
and green. Don't even start, mate.
Exactly. So yeah, Norwich can have the title of lime, but not green. Green is ours.
Yeah. If I was going to go for, and speaking of Bolton, if I was going to go for a goal scorer, it would probably be Adebayo. He comes off the bench.
Oh, good shout, to be fair.
Yeah. Surely he's got to score one day. Surely, man.
No, definitely.
Surely he's got to score.
Pressure is on him, though, as well, after making
I think he will.
I
I think he will start because it's a Tuesday game. And obviously on Saturday, Shoretire and Dion Charles played up front. Surely they've got to play their other attackers in this game.
Who's Bolton got on Saturday anyway? Yeah, Bolton's got Wickham away on Saturday while we have Fleetwood at home. That's a big game for Bolton as well. Away to Wickham. That's...
Yeah.
If they win that, if Bolton win at Adams Park, they really do mean business, don't they? Derby couldn't win there, Ipswich couldn't win there, but we won there and Sheffield Wednesday won there.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how Derby, how Bolton does at Adams Park.
It would manage until he's 100 in some shape or form. That's the question of Neil Warner. Mate, I don't know. He'll probably manage until he's like 80 or something. He's 74
I don't know. We'll
now.
see. We'll see.
Like,
we'll see.
It's insane how he's come back from retirement. He's been managing for 40 years. Like, what is this?
I know Stevie's just said that he has Ipswich to win the playoffs. If Alex Griffin was on this stream right now, he'd be like, "Oh, no chance, no chance,
no chance, mate."
But yeah, had a comment from Sam Blue earlier as well. All ready for Tuesday, Jack? Yep. Same with me, Sam. Same with me. If you want to come and meet me at Oxford before the game, of course, by all means, do so. For any interview, you know the drill. You know the drill with a certain Cornish Janner, and I decided to, or a certain nickname I decided to put underneath my name called Mark Channerbridge.
Fire drill? Is this a fire drill?
No, I was going to say no. Going back to Oxford as a big club, I'd say they are. I'd say they're in that middle-ish bracket in this league for definite. I've already said to Oxford fans and League One fans in general for a joke. The only thing that's tin pot about Oxford is their stadium. They only have 3 stands.
Huh.
But anyway, we'll move on from that. We've done Cambridge, Cheltenham. Harvey's backed Ironside. I've backed Harvey Nibs. Liam's. Liam's gone for a shock. He's backed Alfie May.
Oh, there's no shock about that.
Derby versus Lincoln is the next fixture. Liam has surprisingly backed David McGoldrick for this fixture.
And there's no surprise either on that.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly that. But I will read what I think for this game. I mean, people do forget, though, that this was a team that Derby lost to at Lincoln's grounds, and I actually had Lincoln to win that as well. It's not quite a huge rivalry, obviously, because obviously Lincoln care about Grimsby, Scunthorpe. Derby care about Nottingham Forest, Leicester, to a certain extent, Notts County. But it is an East Midlands clash, and I think that's why I also had Lincoln to win against them back in September, because it was just a short trip for Derby as well. But this time, considering the form Derby's been on the moment, I mean, I'd love to see Lincoln get a point at least. I would love to see... I'd love to see Lincoln get a point at least, or even beat them away, because that will just do us a huge favour in the table. But I hate to say it, I don't see it happening. I think they'll give it a go, but I don't think it will be enough. And that is why I ended up going with 3-1 to Derby.
I know they beat Derby 2-0 at home, but
and I have backed Collins right now.
They're not. We've seen bigger surprises this season, but if they do the double over Derby, that'll be the biggest shock we'll see. That'll be another loss for Derby.
I have backed Derby to win 3-1 with Collins to score, but I hope Lincoln prove me wrong. That's all I can say.
I'm gonna say 2-1. I do. Let's be honest. They will win. They will win this game. If they don't, then they are frauds, and we will laugh
If
at
they
that.
don't, then that's good news for us. That's the main thing.
And then we could laugh at them for that.
Exactly.
But as well, Lincoln have pulled off bigger surprises this season. They've done it against Ipswich. They beat them away from home. You never know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in this game. But and remember as well, they've just played on Saturday, Derby. You're not going to see some of them players that played on Saturday on Tuesday. They'll be rested. Because it'll be very hard to play the same starting lineup on Saturday and then play it on Tuesday. That's like 3 days.
They like I was gonna say when you said if Derby lose this, they're frauds. I'm just there thinking to myself, because Liam isn't here today, is Harvey now trying to do everything he can to become Liam for this stream?
No. But the reason why I'm saying that is probably because obviously, first of all, they will be frauds for that, and everyone can laugh at them for that.
True, that is true. To be fair,
yeah. And
I hope Lincoln prove me wrong with this.
And there'll be another team against Lincoln that they've lost to at home.
Mickey's also gone 3-1 Derby. Stevie's gone Derby win for he reckons.
Yeah,
so
I'm saying 2-1.
Who are you going to back to score? Liam's gone with McGoldrick. I've gone with Collins.
This may surprise you, but if he doesn't start, then it might annoy me. I'll have to change it. But I'm going to say Dobbin.
Well, no. That's a good shout. To be fair, that's a good shout.
He scored the other day, and he scored a pearler of a goal.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That makes sense.
So, yeah.
Right, let's get this next fixture over and done with. Shrewsbury away win, I reckon, no problem. I mean, sorry, and this is even me being non-biased here. Look at the form Shrewsbury has compared to the form Exeter has.
Yeah. There's just nothing you can say.
Exactly. I mean, it's this game that surprises me the most about them lots, because I thought Exeter were going to win that, no problem, given how bad Forest Green are. But Forest Green got a point at SJP, so what does that tell you?
Exactly.
It's Exeter being Exeter, always loving dropping points against teams lower than them in the table.
Because they are shit.
Exactly that. Yeah. You know what's funny though? It's just, I remember we were at Ipswich and we were reacting to the scores, and it said on the board that Forest Green were 1-0 up, and I thought, Forest Green won at SJP. That's amazing. I was just there looking at it, thinking Harvey's got his prediction spot on.
Yeah. Jack's favourite club. Oh, wow, Kid Cal.
Wow. I'll remember that, Mickey, when you play Swindon next. So yeah, he's gone 2-1 Shrewsbury. Yeah, I've also gone 2-1 Shrewsbury, Mickey. Mickey and I have gone with very similar predictions here. Who did I back to score? Let me get it up. I can't remember who Liam backed to score for this, not going to lie. I backed Bayliss, so I have a feeling he backed Sadie.
Everyone backed Bayliss, though. That's the thing.
I mean,
everyone backed Bayliss.
To be fair, if there's one player for Shrewsbury, I need to... If there's one player... I'm just laughing at Mickey's new message there. There we go. If there's one player I need to start backing more for Shrewsbury, to be honest, it's Luke Leahy, because I personally think he's been the Shrewsbury's greatest player this season. He's been fantastic, and it's another midfielder. There's too many good midfielders in League One. Leahy, Adam Randall, Scowen for Wickham, Sam Morsey, Barry Bannon, Marlon Pack, George Dobson. There's so many. Aaron Morley for Bolton, Cameron Brannigan for Oxford.
Aaron Morley's probably been one of the best.
Curahan for Derby. There's so many good, brilliant midfielders in this league, honestly.
Yeah. Since Jay Matete's joined to us, I think he's been probably one of the good midfielders.
You could genuinely make a starting 11 of midfielders at this point for League One. It's mental. It's absolutely mental. So no, fair play to all of them because they're all having cracking seasons. But yeah, I think Exeter are too inconsistent at the moment. On Shrewsbury are bang on form at the moment. So yeah, I think Shrewsbury's going to win 2-1 for me.
Yeah.
And that's me being both non-biased and biased.
And I don't blame you for that.
So yeah. What about you, Harvey? Even though we know what outcome you're going with.
I'm just going to come out and say 3-1.
Fair play.
Yeah, 3-1 to Shrewsbury.
You think Exeter's going to get a red card tomorrow night?
Nah, but the thing is, I'm going to be as unbiased as I can. I honestly say, I just don't think the Scum will beat them. If I'm honestly going to say, I just don't think they will. They're in really, really good. I don't think I've ever seen a team in this type of form in this league right now. 6 wins in a row. I don't know if we did it or Sheffield Wednesday have, Derby have. I think maybe Derby have done that, but what other team has come out and won 6 games in a trot? And if they go out and win it and make it 7, does that put them in a playoff race?
They've got the strongest form at the moment in this league.
And we've got to play them away, and that kind of scares me.
That's in April, that is, and we beat them 3-0 away last season.
And that kind of scares me because will they either be still in that good form, or
I'm going to that game as well. You know what though? It scares me as well because I thought Shrewsbury were one of the best sides to come home park this season.
Yeah, they gave us a late scare.
Even if they did become Wickham and die for the whole game.
Oh mate, they were piss takers for that.
I literally was watching it and recording it on my filming, going, they've literally turned into Wickham tonight, no matter how well they're playing tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're both going 2-1. Who are you going to back to score, Harvey?
Who am I going to back to score?
I need to try and remember who Liam backed to score, but I think it was Sadie. It's on the Discord chat, so I will get it up.
Oh, who else? Who else plays up top for them? Oh, I forgot his bloody name. Oh, I can't remember his name. I'm gonna have to search it up. For God's sakes, I'm gonna have to search it up here. God damn it. Who played for them the other day? It was Bowman, Sadie.
I found Liam's prediction. Yeah, he said 2-0 Shrewsbury, and he said Sadie. So yeah, shock.
Yeah, shock about that. I'm going to say if he starts in this game, I think he will probably score. It's either between Phillips or Shipley.
Yeah.
Bollocks. I'm going for Phillips.
Or you could back Luke Leahy, the midfielder, that I said's been absolutely brilliant for Shrewsbury.
Maybe, but both Phillips and Leahy scored the other day. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I swear Leahy scored the other day in Shrewsbury's last game against
He
Port
played
Vale.
in defence. He played in defence as well, though. So.
Oh wow, fair play. But that's like Rooney with Fleetwood. Rooney plays at the back, and he's still one of their top scorers.
Rooney should be a bloody winger. How the hell he's playing a fullback is unreal. He scored that goal the other day. It was bloody mad.
Rooney is basically Fleetwood's answer to what Ballymumba is for us.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go Phillips down.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's move on and get that badge away. So that red badge, that is the Shrewsbury badge, is quite nice to be fair. Moving on, Fleetwood versus Peterborough. Now I think this will be a tough away game for Peterborough. Not going to lie, especially if this is a ground.
What is this?
This is a ground we couldn't win at. Liam said Peterborough to win 2-1, and no surprise, Johnson Clark Harris to score. But
that's every fucking week.
But I have gone the complete opposite. I genuinely think Fleetwood's going to win this game. I think it'll be
as well. Therefore, Peterborough's away form shocking.
First of all, Peterborough's away form's shocking. Second of all, I don't know how they're going to bounce back from that 5-0 home defeat to Bolton. I've got Fleetwood to win 2-0 and Rooney to score. I think Fleetwood's going to beat them. I genuinely think Fleetwood will beat them. And also, I think Fleetwood will beat them because they're now brought into that drop with the relegation battle, and I think this will boost them up with surviving.
You bastard. I was going to take Rooney, but hey-ho. That's my player taken. Sick. I'll take Jack Marriott because he's starting to play for them now. So I'll take Jack Marriott. We
could consider Mendes for Fleetwood. I've backed him a lot lately, to be fair.
Nah.
I was considering backing Mendes, to be fair, but I know Rooney's been playing a lot for the Cods
He
lately.
hasn't
so
scored
that's
in the
why I ended
league
up
since
going with him.
November. So
That is true, though, yeah.
yeah.
Or
I know he
maybe
last
Mason
scored
Clark
against
for
Sheffield
Peterborough.
Wednesday, but hey-ho.
But no, you're going to back Marriott then for Peterborough.
Yeah.
Hang on, didn't...
Yeah, he plays for
This
Peterborough.
might be a surprise, but didn't... I think Jack Marriott moved to Fleetwood.
He did, yeah.
Oh, that explains what... Oh, okay. I'm obviously a Muppet. There we go. Yeah, of course, he moved to Fleetwood from Peterborough in the January transfer window. That explains why you've gone for him to score. That's why I went for Stockley last week when Fleetwood played Charlton, because they signed Stockley from Charlton, and I thought he'd score against their former club. And that's exactly what you've done for this game here, Harvey.
Yeah. And Jack Marriott says, I'm surprised, to be honest, we were never going to get him anyway. So a lot of people are saying, oh, we're interested in Jack Marriott. That'll be a good player. Let's think about it. We've already got enough strikers as it is, and we ended up getting Ben Wayne as well.
And we signed Ben Wayne.
Yeah.
Callum Wright's an attacking player as well.
Yeah. If it was another team that you would have gone to, it would have been Fleetwood. And he suits their style of play. So I feel like that's
Liam's just asked me if my Portsmouth episode my Dockyard Derby special is coming out tonight. That is the plan, Liam, because obviously I'm off to Oxford tomorrow.
Of course it will.
Yeah, that is the plan. So yeah.
Do you want to just go through that episode live on the stream?
Well, I mean, I could schedule it.
Some of the clips on the stream.
I could schedule it to a live when it gets released, but I can't be arsed. I just want to release it when it comes out, so then people can watch it straight away.
No, but what I'm saying is, if we're doing so what are we doing? Are we doing another?
Although we are doing a Pompey review again later on with Callum, aren't we?
Yeah, we could review some of your clips.
Good, to be fair. Well, that depends if I get it done in time first, but I'll try my best.
I think you will.
It's a really long special, mate. It will see. Really long.
Yeah, I think you'll get it done in time.
It's a Dockyard Derby. Well, so-called Dockyard Derby. I knew this would
Liverpool versus Everton's on. Shit.
Oh, I'll have that on in the background. The most overrated derby in the whole country, that is, Merseyside.
You could say that, yeah.
I'd say it is, because the Manchester derby is overrated for me as well, because Man United focus their hate on Liverpool and vice versa with Liverpool.
Yeah, it all started when
the top 10 for me. This is for me the top 10 derbies in the country in no particular order, and this is for me the top 10 derbies in no particular order. I will be honest, us versus the Scum just misses out. We're in top 20 though. I've put us down for. But for me, the top 10 best derbies in this country are for English football. South Coast, Southampton, Portsmouth. Dockers, West Ham, Millwall. North London, Arsenal, Tottenham.
Yeah.
East Anglia, Ipswich, Norwich.
Oh, yes.
As they call the Old Farm Derby. Second City, the Birmingham Derby. Birmingham, Aston Villa.
Yep.
Black Country, West Brom, Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
East Midlands, Nottingham Forest Derby.
Mm-hmm.
Northwest, Liverpool, Manchester United.
Oh, I agree.
Steel City, the one in Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United. And last but not least, the Tyne-Wear Derby, 110% Newcastle, Sunderland.
Oh, it
has to be there. No, it's just England. It's just English football. I'm counting Daz. Otherwise, Old Firm would be my number one.
Old Firm would be in there. I'd put Old Firm in there, but it's England, so
yeah.
Fleetwood versus Peterborough score. Leeds versus Millwall.
Nah, not quite. It's a big rivalry, but I wouldn't put it in top 10.
What's your prediction for Fleetwood versus Peterborough? I said Jack Marriott to score, and I'm going to say Peterborough to win. Peterborough to 3.
Vicky's got a 2
Peterborough to win 3-2.
Peterborough to win 3-2 or Fleetwood?
Peterborough.
That would be a good away win for Peterborough, to be fair, if they pulled that off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to back Fleetwood to win this 2-0, just exactly what Max has done. So let's move on to the next fixture. A club Charlton do not have a good record against, but Forest Green are appalling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at that. They played each other in the Carabao Cup in 2019, and Forest Green beat them away 5-3.
5-3.
And also,
That's
Charlton
gotta be, wait. Click on that. That's got to be. Have a check on that. Click on it.
Charlton couldn't win there this season in September.
Oh, it was 0-0 yet penalties. Thought so.
Oh, penalties. That makes sense. But either way, that's still a terrible result for Charlton.
What was Harvey prediction for Peterborough game? I said 3-2 Peterborough and Jack Marriott to score.
Yeah. Daz, what about Cardiff? Cardiff Swansea. Yeah, no, they're just outside the top 10 for me now. They're just outside. They're in my top 20. Cardiff Swansea. Liam's just said, nah, both sheep clubs irrelevant.
Wow.
You know what? Liam could just make a video at this point where he just disses every single football club in the whole country.
Yeah.
He really could, couldn't he, Harvey?
Yeah, he could.
And then it would just get to the second half
You know what?
of the video.
It would be a classic video because he would get every fan triggered.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get the second half of the video. It would just be it'll be like Yeovil, Walsall, and stuff. Burton, Morecambe, Barrow. Liam's just going like tin pot, tin pot, tin pot.
Nah, they're just tin pot mugs.
You know what? I'd actually, if you're listening to this right now, Liam, I'd find it so funny. I actually find it so funny if you ended up making a video out of this because I just want to see.
Do you know what? It would bag views, actually, Liam. That would bag views. I'm honestly gonna say
I just want to see what you come up with. It'd be amazing.
It would bag views.
And there's only 2 clubs out of 92 or 100 that Liam will just say everything good about, and that's obviously Argyle and Manchester United.
Yeah. Forest.
He gets to Arsenal and he's like, he gets to Arsenal and he's like, banter FC.
No chance. Ha 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 ha.
Stevie Watson's saying Fisherman Martin.
Everyone's saying 0-0 to this score.
Everyone is saying 0-0. Yeah. So yeah, Mickey's gone 0-0. Forest Green Charlton. Stevie's gone 0-0. It'll be a bad result for Charlton if they don't win this game. Max has gone 2-0 Charlton. I've gone 2-1 Charlton, and the man that I wanted to back, Liam, already took off me.
Took off the grass.
I think Raksaki is actually becoming the most competitive player in League One for us to back at the moment, if I'm going to be honest, because him and Dion Charles.
Do you know what? This is a question for the Argyle fans in this chat. If we were going to go up this season, first of all, what loan player that's on at any club right now would you sign?
Oh, that is a good question. Any player that's on loan?
Who's an Argyle fan?
What would you say to that question, Harvey?
To be honest, I know he's on our club. I would have said Ballymember, of course, but I can't say that because he's already at our club on loan. But I'm going to say Raksaki anyways.
Not gonna lie. I noticed. I know he hasn't been great for them lately, but for some reason, I could see him have potential at Argyle if he did join us there. It will never happen because I can't see him joining us. But if he did join us, I could see him having potential there. But this might surprise some people. I'm going to say Dane Scarlett for Portsmouth.
Yeah, he's only 17. I can agree with
I know he's young, and I know he's had dreadful form lately. But remember him at the start of the season. He was absolutely superb. He could be a player we could transform into a fantastic player for us.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I could be clueless. That's just a suggestion, though.
As I said, Hannibal Maysbury or Tuanzebe.
I would take Hannibal Maysbury. They saying anyone? I thought they meant
fucking shout.
No, they are shouts. To be fair, no,
he would slot right in our team in midfield. He would be. I
went with Dane Scarlett because I was just I was mainly saying League One players for the time being. But if it was any player in general.
Troy Parrott.
Troy Parrott's a good shout as well, to be fair.
If we was going to get rid of one of our strikers, Troy Parrott would be a good replacement for any of the strikers that we would get rid of. Because we'll probably be getting rid of Jeff Cott, if I'm honest.
Actually, no, wait. No, there's someone I missed out because we can count him now because he's at Swansea. You can't beat Morgan Whittaker.
Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
So there we are. That's the question finished. It's got to be Morgan Whittaker over anyone else.
Oh yeah. All right, Swansea. We'll offer you a £1 million deal. If you don't want it, fuck off. We were linked with Harvey Nibs in January.
We were.
See, or as Footmob were calling him before, Harvey Nibs. But hey ho.
Did they actually?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They were calling him
But,
Harvey Nibs.
yeah.
But hey ho, we move. But
In
I'll
this
take Harvey
game,
Nibs.
Forest Green Charlton are back 2-1 Charlton and Blackett Taylor to score. So what are you going with then, Harvey?
I'm probably gonna say 2-1 Charlton.
You're going to say 2-1 Charlton as well.
Yeah.
Who are you going to back to score?
Who was a player that scored for them the other day? Was it Blackett Taylor?
That's who I've just backed, mate. Sorry.
I don't know if he scored, but
that's who I've backed anyway. Sorry,
oh,
mate.
you bastard.
Lieburn, Dobson. Dobson's been Charlton's best player this season. He's in midfield.
Albie Morgan or Lieburn.
Are you going to go? Or you could even back, if you wanted, Forest Green's top scorer, Part Harris, and I've backed him a few times before.
I would have gone for him, but they've been inconsistent.
True, that is true.
I'll say that, and he'll go and fucking score. I'm just thinking, this is hard. I'll go Lieburn. If he doesn't start, I'll switch it to Pat Harris.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Simple as.
That makes sense.
Bye, Jack. Sorry about that, chat. He's just DC'd. Oh, what a dub.
I've just pressed the wrong button then. One absolute melt.
Oh, that is so awkward.
But,
right,
but at least I didn't end the stream like Craig did yesterday. I can't believe I just did that. What a fucking twat. What a twat.
He is a fraud.
At least it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be
I'll get my share screen up now.
It could be worse. It could be what Craig did yesterday. That was hilarious.
Exactly. Bye.
Now all the bye comments flit up. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. What a twat. Anyway, Port Vale Barnsley. That's what we'll do next because we'll go back to our game last.
Yay! I love it.
Actually, Jordan Garrick is a shout. Connor Wickham's not at Forest Green anymore, Daz, but Jordan Garrick is a shout, actually. That's someone you could back if you want, Harvey. Jordan Garrick.
Yeah, Jordan Garrick's a good shout.
Or do you still want to back with or do you still want to stick with Lieburn?
That's tough. All right, I'm gonna go. I'll switch to Gordon Jarrick. All right,
Gordon Jarrick. Gordon Jarrick. Who's the fraud now? Can't even say his name right.
Gordon Bennett. I'll go with Jordan Garrick then.
Nah, fair enough. Port Vale Barnsley. Oh, Stevie's gone 2-1 Vale. Fair play.
Yay.
Fair play.
What a dud that
Fair
is.
play. I know Liam's gone a Barnsley win and he's backed a would you like to know who he's backed, Harvey? A massive surprise. He's never backed him before. It's Devante Cole.
Oh yeah.
Mickey's backed a 2-2 draw between Vale and Barnsley. Could happen. Could happen.
Yeah, could happen.
Thank
you, Jack Dickens. Thank you,
Jack,
much.
mate. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. I've backed Port Vale 2, Barnsley 3. I think Barnsley's going to edge it. Just. Yeah. He's joined. The chef has joined.
Yeah. Yay.
Hello.
And Harvey England hasn't joined, and I thought he would be, but we'll see.
You sounded so excited then because your voice was Harvey England. It's like, oh my god, he's actually joined. Oh, it's just only this guy. Why is this guy? Sorry, Tim. I wasn't chatting shit to you, mate. You're so good to have you here.
Silly Harvey. It's the same. It's
silly goose.
Silly Harvey. It's the same old Harvey England. I mean, it's the same old. Why? You've just joined the stream. You melt.
Bye.
And he's gone. And he just comes back 1 second.
Yeah, and he just
later.
comes back. All right.
Very funny.
Yeah. Let's carry on. With what we were doing. Sorry about that.
Who did I back? I backed Liam Kitchen for this fixture.
You've capped it off well, Jack. Yeah.
Oh, this is. This is where all our banners are just changed immediately the minute Liam joins the stream.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's because Harvey
welcome back,
England.
Max Gamer.
Because he
Harvey,
said to me on the phone. He said to me on the phone just before 1:30 he would join, and well, we haven't heard from him so far, so I guess we'll see.
It's
Probably busy
5
or
to
something,
3. And he's still joined.
Yeah, it's nearly 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack
Vale
Dickens has
versus
gone
Barnsley.
2-1 Barnsley.
Jack Dickens put 2-1. Kid Carroll put 2-2. Stevie put 2-1 Vale. You know what? Port Vale right now are in probably the worst one that they've been in this season. And then right now, we said they would survive this season. We did say they would survive this season. I feel like they will still survive, of course. But a couple bad results could send them anywhere. And we've seen some bad changes during this season. But I think Barnsley will win. I think they will win 2-1. But if Vale keep on going the way they're going down the spiral path, anything can happen. I feel like they could easily drop down a couple of places. 100%. Wow.
Who are you going to back to score for this, Harvey?
Look at mine. Let's see if Barnsley will Vale to win it. Oh yeah, very funny. Very funny.
No wonder Liam and Daz are literally the same person.
Well, you might as well just join our calls a lot more because you'll hear a lot more.
Yeah.
Cheeky fraud.
Yep.
God, at this bloody rate, this channel may as well just be called the fraudulent way at this point.
No.
Yeah, no, actually, no. Cooking, obviously, yeah. That video
Brilliant.
was the absolute spot on time to play. Whoever played that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Sorry.
It's actually. We literally. This is the typical stream at this rate. Honestly, it literally. Nick and I preview the game. Nick, Harvey, and I preview the game. We just talk about what we think, even if Nick's Wi-Fi was playing up. The minute Liam joins, all the memes just start. I have no words to say. So yeah.
The fraudulent way.
It is.
No, we're not fraudulent. We're not fraudulent.
If everyone's going to call at least all three of us once frauds, it's going to be called out at this rate. But now Craig's become a fraud after yesterday. So, oh my God. I can't be asked to talk about who's the biggest fraud, and let's not get bogged down into who is.
You.
What are we on? Harvey. Port Vale Barnsley. What's your score and scorer going to be?
I said 2-1 Barnsley.
And who's going to score?
Well, I can't pick Cole because some certain man has picked him.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Sorry.
No.
You can't back kitchen sink either, Harvey. So
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Come on, Wednesday!
Harvey, who are you going to back?
For God's sakes. All right, this is kind of distracting now. I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, I'm going to go.
We're not even on to Sheffield Wednesday yet.
No, I know. So yeah, players that did top. Oh, look. Waters got a goal and got sent off. So well done, you. Well done with you. Exactly. I will back a Port Vale player to score. I will back a Port Vale player.
By the way, Harvey,
Yes.
by the way, you got to put the well done meme in here as well for in between us.
Oh, okay, yeah,
well done.
I'll go politic then. I'll go politics.
Fair enough.
Politician.
3 games to go. 3 games to go.
It's already been 1 hour and 30 minutes. Like,
Well, it hasn't
I don't
been
know
2
what
hours
I'm
yet, so
gonna
we're
do.
fine. Stop complaining.
Is that mine?
Oh, sorry.
Good, good. Happy days.
Portsmouth Burton. Now, Harvey said earlier, if Ipswich don't beat Rovers, they won't get top 2. This is my prediction. If Pompey cannot beat Burton, I cannot see them getting playoffs if they lose or draw against this. So there you are. For the time being, though, I have backed 2-1 Portsmouth. Marlon Pack to score, but it would be bloody hilarious if Burton win or get something in this game. It would just be rubbing it in the wounds of all those Pompey fans. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I hope Burton proves
as well
wrong.
for Portsmouth, they're a team that they're under a new manager. They're under a new style. Well, it's a new manager as well that's come into the scene. We haven't heard of him before, and we've got to see what he's all about.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting, really, because we haven't had a manager come through at this level in quite a while. Well, Schumacher did. Well, Schumacher's first job is at Argyle in League One, and he's proved himself very, very well as a manager. So with John Mousinho, he could easily be a very, very good appointment for Portsmouth in the coming like maybe a couple of months or the next season, maybe. We'll see what happens. But right now, I feel like he's going to create a good team. I think the style of play is good. 4-3-3. It is decent against Burton, a team that's starting to grasp results right now. I feel like they will win. I'm going to say 1-0. I don't think it'll be a big scoreline. I'm going to say 1-0.
Nah, fair enough. Mickey's gone 2-0 Pompey, inferior South Coast club. I agree with that. Definitely. He's also put at the end of the day, the South Coast is red. No, it's not. The South Coast is green. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not blue, so I agree with you there, Mickey. But no, yeah, I would love a Burton 2-0 win though as well. That would be hilarious.
What's happening?
Bye.
Bye.
What happened there?
I don't know.
Harvey, look at message.
Why are you changing
The
it
biggest
around?
fraud on the channel.
Leave me alone. Shut up. You've just joined on. Fuck off. Where's my nickname?
That wasn't me.
Yes, it was you, nincompoop.
That was.
It actually wasn't Liam, actually.
Yes, it was. Oh, was it
No,
not?
it wasn't.
I will take that back then, Liam.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Sorry.
I can't even find. I was proud of that statement behind there, and you've just gone and ruined it.
Wait there.
It was the Goldbridge bit. Goldbridge one.
There we
Yeah,
go.
no, I was proud of that name down there, and you all
Right, it's
bloody
back.
ruined it.
Right, it's back. Okay,
After Wednesday Morecambe's next.
But for Portsmouth, anyways.
Who are you backing to
I'll
score?
take 1-0. Liam, I bet Liam's took Colby Bishop.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Shock horror. Who scored for?
Just Chileros.
Hey,
Right. See you later.
it was Sam
Thanks. See you
Winner.
Monday.
I'm Mike back. If he starts,
See you
in this
later.
game, I'm going to back.
That's their
Charlie
new
Kirk.
signing from Charlton as well.
Yeah, I'm going to back Charlie Kirk.
Fair enough then, fair enough.
Yeah, I know Hackett scored for Portsmouth against us. I know that. But it depends if he will start. That could be a good idea. Maybe Hackett could start. I'll still back. If Kirk doesn't start, I'll back Hackett.
That man is just irritating. He always finds a way to score against us.
All right, Liam, you can do the meme. Go on.
Yeah, actually, yeah, please do the meme because I know what to say.
Come on, Wednesday!
We didn't hear you.
I shouted "fuck off" Wednesday.
Yeah.
Come on, Wednesday!
So yeah, I may as well just do my prediction now.
Okay.
4-0 Wednesday, Windass to score. But Morecambe, please bloody win this game. Derek, you know what to do, my man. My man, Derek.
Man, why did you sound American?
Because I'm trying to sound like Penelope from Wreck-It Ralph. She said that in one part of the film.
Yeah, there's.
What are you going with anyway, Harvey, for this?
Yeah, it will be a Wednesday win. Well, written all over it. Sorry, Tom. But this is going to be a win. I'm going to say 3-0. It will be a win. I'll be honest.
You mug. I've gone 3-0 as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, but I didn't listen to your predictions. So
Mickey's gone 6-0 Sheffield Wednesday, and
Stevie's gone 2-1 Morecambe.
And he'll come on, Stevie. That's the spirit.
Windass is an idiot for injuring Cooper.
What a dub.
Windass is an idiot for injuring
And
Cooper.
like Mickey said, Wreck-It Ralph goated film. Yeah, no brainer. Jack Dickens, Windass is an idiot for injuring Coops. Yeah, I was heartbroken when that happened.
5-1, no thanks. Adam's masterclass incoming.
Come on. Stevie knows his stuff.
Yep. Kieran Phillips injured until
That's
late
a shame.
February 2023.
Who'd I back to score a window? Who are you going back then, Harvey?
What was the score last time? So it was
Wednesday
3-0 for
3-0.
Wednesday, and Byers, Windass, and Smith scored. Who have you all back then?
Smith,
Liam, and then me, Windass.
I'll say Byers then.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll take Byers. Thank you.
Harvey's turned into Jack Edwards for a change, which just leaves us with the last game. Oxford versus Plymouth.
Yeah.
Argyle, not Plymouth.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Shut up.
Derek, you know what to do. Yeah. Cough, George, cough, Cooper. George Cooper. Bears. But yeah, I will say I'm gonna say that I think it'll be the same.
I went
score as
3-1 to us, and who did I have to score? I think it was Azaz I had. I think. Let me double check. Yeah, no, it was Cosgrove. Liam
Yeah, I agree with you, Max. All of our Coopers get ACL injuries. George Cooper did get an ACL injury. Yep. Yep, I agree on that.
Daz has gone 1-1.
He would do. He would.
Mickey's just said, all I can say is enjoy the 3 points, guys.
4-0. 4-0 he's gone for.
Oh, wow.
2-0 Argyle, Cannon Wright and Azaz who will score. Fair.
Jack Dickens, 2-0 Argyle.
Stevie says 2-2.
2-2. Oh,
Bloody hope not.
that would be a terrible night for us if that happens.
And especially conceding 2 to them, they're inconsistent.
Mickey saying nice gift for Valentine's Day if that happens.
Yeah. I'm also look at the head-to-head. 12 wins, 3 draws.
Oxford do have the better record head-to-head though,
Oh,
but we have been so much
won
better
3
than them
games in a
lately.
row against them. So can't say anything else otherwise. Hopefully it doesn't get foggy again. If it gets
I
foggy,
think it will
then
be. I think it will be the exact same scoreline as what it was last season. when
prepare for the fog,
Argyle
Jack,
beat
if it
Oxford
does end
3-1.
up going that way.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the good thing is now it's February now. It's not January, but they're both tin pot months anyway. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna back. Who have you all backed then?
I've backed Hardy.
Hardy for Liam, Cosgrove for
Hardy.
myself.
You bollocks, man. Finnizaz for me.
I guess that decides it then. That makes sense. Do
Yeah,
you want to do the outro, Harvey, or I don't mind?
You can do it.
I've gone 2-0
2-0
by the way.
Fairs.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna do a quick. I'm gonna do a quick table roundup, and then that'll be it because I got stuff to do anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let me increase it.
Coming into tomorrow night, Max just saying I haven't forgotten what happens. The tractor boys with no headlights. Hope it doesn't happen to us. But like I said, so many of the, apart from Ipswich, us, Wednesday, Bolton, Derby, all still need to go to the Kassam.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And if there's one team,
find the season. I say that every stream though. So yeah.
Oh, and then Liam, I said if Ipswich do lose this game, it'll put them out of the top 2 race.
Yeah, Harvey did say that. And I said if Portsmouth don't get anything against Burton, I can't see them getting playoffs at all.
Yeah. Thank you very much and good night.
Yeah, I said
and see you in the next 10 years, Ipswich.
Yeah. That's if they really do bottle it, that's for sure. It's not easy, Rovers away.
Well,
I mean,
remember, they've got
we
Bolton
didn't
away,
even win at
Barnsley away,
Rovers.
Derby away. Come on, man.
We didn't even win at Rovers ourselves.
Yep. Maybe the fog wouldn't have got in if they had another stand. All you could see in that Oxford, I'm sorry to say, but the Oxford Stadium, you could literally see a car park.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mickey's saying, all right, I've got to go now. See you at the Kassam tomorrow, Jack. Yeah, see you tomorrow, mate. Have a good night.
See you there. Stay away from the fog. Yep. Yep. But yeah, Liam, did you hear what I said about Ipswich?
No.
I said if Ipswich lose against Bristol Rovers, that's going to put them out of the top 2 race.
That is a bold prediction by Harvey, but fair enough.
Yeah. Because remember, Liam, they've still got to play. Remember, they've still got to play Barnsley away, Derby away, Bolton away. I don't see them winning all them games.
I agree.
The only teams that could probably go back into this race is probably Bolton or Derby.
The only one out of those 3 I can see Ipswich winning away is Barnsley. The other 2, not sure.
If we beat Derby at home park, kiss goodbye to Derby.
Yeah.
And,
the only team to worry about is Bolton. Maybe Derby, but it depends.
Even Nick said that. Nick Harris said if there's any team out of Nick Harris literally said today, if there's any team there that's going to cause the top 3 havoc, it's Bolton. But I said I'd say both Bolton and Derby, to be honest with you. Even if Derby lost to Wickham on Saturday. But I mean, Bolton proved it on Saturday. No one thought Bolton was going to beat Peterborough 5-0 away. That's an unbelievable result.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've got Wickham away this weekend, Bolton have.
Yeah.
If they win that, that's mental.
Whee!
Honestly, it's going to be interesting. So I'll do a quick table roundup for the time being. So yeah, Forest Green obviously bottom with 22 points. They got a lot of work to do. In fact, they've got to pull off the greatest of as high up as Illuminatis to try and stay up in the in this division. We may as well for the next stream put in an Illuminati meme at this rate. All the X-Files.
Illuminati confirmed.
Cambridge in 23rd on 26, and then you got Accrington, Stanley, and Morecambe propping up that bottom 4 with 27 and 28. 20th being MK Dons on 29, 19th Cheltenham on 30, 18th Burton on 31. They've really improved themselves. They're only 1 point behind Fleetwood as well, and that's what's dragged Fleetwood into it. Fleetwood in 17th on 32. And Oxford, don't forget, are only 4 points ahead of Fleetwood in 16th place on 36. And then there's so many on 37. Port Vale, Bristol Rovers, Lincoln, Charlton, so tight. Just ahead of them are the 2 annoying, irritating clubs in 11th and 10th. So let's move on. Peterborough in 9th on 44 points, who have got a 6-point gap over them lots. Shrewsbury in 8th, the most informed team in the league at the moment. Level on points with Wickham as well, and only 3 points behind Barnsley. Wickham in 7th, of course, on the same points. Barnsley 6th on 50. And then you got your top 5. Derby on 53. Bolton and Ipswich both level now on 56. But Ipswich do have a game in hand on Bolton. And then you got the top 2. Sheffield Wednesday 62. And then the greatest club in the world on 64. So there we are. I guess that wraps that up. And Liam's gone.
Yeah, he's probably gone back. He's probably just got back home. So he's probably just going to do some stuff.
Fair enough. So yeah, speaking of the devil, he's back.
Have you just got back home?
Yeah, well, I was still on the stream. Yeah, I was still on the
Yeah.
stream.
Oh, right, no worries. Yeah, I
But
knew
yeah.
you just got back home. Yeah.
I guess that's the end of it. So
Yep.
one thing I do make sure that is exactly the same for the end as what you two would do for an Argyle Way stream is obviously the outro. That's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and yeah, we will see you in the next stream, which could actually possibly be tonight with Callum, who I'm going to look after.
Yeah.
If I'm not 16th,
Which is where Pompey's going to finish at the end of the season.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Up the Greens, up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Take care, everyone. Cheerio.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yep, bye.
when they pull on the green, they're all Janners.